Welcome to part 2 of the Wings Over Water series with Fort Langley Air. In part 1, we arrived at Pitt Meadows Airport in beautiful Langley, British Columbia to begin our basic float rating. After completing a ground briefing, we set off into the mountains to begin training. 6 hours later, I'm ready to fly solo and get a taste for what it's like to be a float pilot in British Columbia. But first we sit down with Operations Manager and Chief Pilot Andy Blacker to learn more about what Fort Langley Air has to offer.
We're Fort Langley Air. My name's Andy. I'm the Operations Manager, Chief Pilot and Temporary Maintenance person. We offer the basic rating of 7 hours. We also offer the 15-hour recreational push course, which is kind of designed for the private pilots to be able to operate their own aircraft in a bush environment. So it's 15 hours. It's a little more intense. They still start with the rating, and then we expose them to advanced mountain lakes, nastier weather, and just that time and experience. The 50-hour course is designed for the commercial pilot to be able to get into the industry. So a lot of times, the 50 hours plus a commercial ticket means you can train someone how to fly float planes. It's also very big for the insurance companies to have 50 hours of floats. What we do, particularly on our 50-hour course, is 25 hours dual, 25 solo, and it's mixed in. So everybody starts with a rating, and then working up to, I will send the pilot on a fake mission to get somebody. They need to be able to work it out. The big part of what I see as on the rating on the 15, on the 50 is the pilot's ability to make a decision. It's one thing to be able to fly a seaplane, fly a plane, but in the semi-permissive environment of seaplanes, the pilot has to be able to make a decision. From the rating through the 15 to the 50, it's our goal really to make it a fun, interesting and adventurous experience. It's not just a rating. It's important to have fun, go to places that you would never have seen or done, waterfalls, into interesting cabins, lakes that you never thought to do. So it's not just about the circuits, it's not just about the skills, it's experiencing what it's like to be a floatplane pilot.
After chatting with Andy, I was excited to get back in the aircraft and continue my journey to becoming a float pilot.
So I'm going to say pitch ground, float plane, Foxtrot, Juliet, Zulu, Victor. Yeah. On the slide, you can see on the water. On the water? Yeah, so on the slide is what we kind of use for we're going. Oh. So we're like a takeoff hole. It's a takeoff slide. Oh. So you can say on the water. On the water? Yeah, we're just chilling on the water. With Information Hotel. Yeah. And you can say, we're going to do we tell them what we want to do. So we want to do an eastbound slide and an eastbound departure. So he knows we're going to take off that way and then fall over that way out of the zone.
Just sort of a left base.
That's what the slide is.
Yeah, number 2 was
Eastbound slide, eastbound departure with Information Hotel. Yeah. I know they don't use the word slide everywhere. I think some places in Ontario will get mad at you if you. Oh, really? At least I'm hard. I can test it out if you want. I'll be your mule. I'm not your mule, your guinea pig. I will not be your mule. Are you usually going for 80 in your base as well? I would in the normal circuit. So. You totally can. so that's perfect. Beautiful. Just rougher water for sure. Yeah. Phew. So fine with some of the bigger lakes, just like the ocean. They're almost they're a little bit deceiving about how big the waves are. Yeah. When you look from above, because it didn't look that bad. Yeah. It looked like we were in rougher water earlier today, but.
After a day of flying together, Tegan and I managed to complete all the components of the float rating, and it was time for me to fly solo.
So, master's on, switches, circuit breakers are in, trim is set, carb heat, area, I'm going to be making a left-hand turn here, mixture, prop, flaps are set, last thing is rudder, that's all I need, and I'm good to go. Okay. Go. Shoot for 90, avoid terrain. Okay, downwind checks. Switches. Carb heat is on. Area, same as before. Mixture. Okay, carb heat, prop, mixture, flap, shoot for 80. Okay, one down. More to go.
Flying the 180 solo was a little nerve-wracking, but most of all exciting and so much fun. I completed 5 takeoffs and landings successfully, bringing my time with Fort Langley Air to an end. I walked away from Fort Langley Air with a basic float rating and the understanding that despite the invaluable skills I learned, I still had a long way to go on my float flying journey. Flying floats in British Columbia was better than I could have ever expected. The landscapes were epic, the aircraft were super fun to fly, and most importantly, I felt well looked after by the team of experienced professionals. With such a passionate aviation family and experienced staff behind the scenes, the sky's the limit for Fort Langley Air.